It's time. Something has got to give in this world in which we live. It's fairly obvious to the everyday spectator because you see it every day in the newspaper. I don't need to dramatize the reality that things aren't right. I don't need to remind you that there is a balance in this world that is right out of whack. It's time. Enough is enough. We shouldn't wait any longer. We cannot afford to say someone else will do something one more time. Now it's our turn to burn old bridges and make new ones, to lay foundation across nations. It's time for the sun to come up, to take a refreshing, cool drink from the cup of justice. Justice for those who do not even want to come to school because their life is a living. Help for those who cannot help themselves. Justice. Unfortunately, this task is not as easy as removing a post from your Facebook wall because you don't like it. It means we actually need to stand up against this self-centered, ego-driven world and fight it. A few more smiles in a world that doesn't smile enough, because the world is a beautiful place, but there is no more space for the face of racism. It's time. Equality doesn't happen in a day. It comes through the way we make our pay, the words we say, how we spend our day. But we have to. It's time. Something's gotta give.
Can you define what human rights are?
I have no idea.
Can you define human rights?
Like,
What are human rights?
Rights that people have.
Pardon?
Can you define human rights?
Yeah, human rights are,
like having your own voice.
It's the rights all humans are given from, I guess, the government.
it is a level of entitlement agreed upon by a society.
To freely do what they believe in or what they enjoy.
Yeah, what he said.
Freedom,
All right,
basically.
great.
Freedom.
Can you guys give any examples?
What do I think human rights are?
Yes.
The opposite of
I don't know. Human rights are basically just what you have the right to do. Like, I have the right to speak freely in society.
Like the right to vote, I guess. It's the right we can like do what we want.
When probably Martin Luther King gave black people rights. I forget the woman who did it, but they gave women rights and all that different stuff. It's people defending like what shouldn't be any biased opinion on anything.
Examples: freedom of speech, freedom of to vote for your leaders.
We are all so lucky to live in Canada, where all human rights can be practiced.
However, many places such as Africa, hundreds of thousands of children starve every day, facing the deaths of their loved ones.
This violates the human right that everyone is entitled to food and shelter.
In the Middle East, women are still fighting for their human rights.
Every day, these women are seen as less equal and are put through countless hardships. And when one girl spoke up about this, the Taliban tried to make sure she would never speak again.
In Southeast Asia, many people are forced to work as many as 18 hours a day with little to no pay at all.
These children are forced to work in sweatshops because they have no alternative.
These sweatshops also have extremely harsh conditions affecting the children's physical and mental well-being.
And the worst part is that all over the world, at least one human right is broken. But what are the human rights?
Freedom of choice and employment.
The right to have all human
Standard
rights.
of living, a healthy lifestyle.
To take part in government.
Born free and equal.
To not
Freedom
be subjected
of
to
thought,
torture.
conscience, and religion.
Social security. Ideas.
Rest and leisure.
To have a fair public hearing.
To live where you want.
Education.
To have nationality.
A person for the law.
Life and liberty.
To peacefully protest.
Freedom of opinion.
Duties to the
Not
community.
to be held in slavery.
Protection of the
Social
law.
and international freedom.
These are your human rights. You have them for being you.
And so do your friends.
And your family.
And the person next to you.
And everyone else in the world, simply for being you.
This is what our campaign is for. To educate everyone on the rights that they have.
We are World Solutions, and this is what we're fighting for.